Right now, at this very moment, you might be experiencing the most crucial phase of your entire journey towards success, yet you cannot see it. You feel trapped in a prison of stillness, watching others advance while you remain motionless, questioning whether your dreams are nothing more than cruel illusions designed to torment your restless spirit. This invisible battle between hope and despair has consumed countless souls throughout history, leaving them bitter, defeated, and convinced that success belongs only to others who possess some mysterious advantage they lack. What if everything you believe about progress is fundamentally wrong? What if the very moments when you feel most stagnant are precisely when the universe is orchestrating the most profound transformations in your favor? The human mind, with all its limitations and misconceptions, cannot perceive the intricate machinery of success operating beneath the surface of apparent inactivity. Like a seed buried deep in dark soil, your efforts may seem fruitless, yet beneath that deceptive stillness, powerful forces are gathering strength, preparing to burst forth with unstoppable momentum. Napoleon Hill discovered through decades of studying the most successful individuals in human history that the feeling of stagnation is not a sign of failure, but rather a sacred initiation into the ranks of those destined for greatness. Every titan of industry, every revolutionary thinker, every person who has ever achieved something remarkable has walked through this valley of apparent nothingness, where doubt whispers its poison and impatience threatens to destroy years of dedicated effort. The difference between those who ultimately triumph and those who surrender lies not in talent, not in luck, but in their understanding of this mysterious phenomenon. The ancient principles that govern success operate according to laws as immutable as gravity itself, yet they remain invisible to the untrained eye. When you plant a seed in fertile ground, you do not expect to see results immediately. Yet when it comes to your dreams and ambitions, you demand instant gratification and visible progress. This fundamental misunderstanding has destroyed more potential success stories than any external obstacle ever could. The wise recognize that the most significant growth occurs in darkness, in silence, in the spaces between action and result. Your current state of perceived stagnation is not your enemy, but your greatest teacher, preparing you for the magnitude of success that awaits. Every moment of frustration, every question mark that haunts your thoughts, every sleepless night spent wondering if you are on the right path is actually evidence that you are exactly where you need to be. The universe does not waste time on those who are not destined for greatness, and your very struggle with these feelings proves that something extraordinary is brewing within the depths of your existence. The greatest misconception about success is that it unfolds in a linear fashion, with each effort producing immediate and visible results. This belief has caused more dreams to die in their infancy than any external circumstance ever could. Success operates according to what Napoleon Hill identified as the principle of accumulated advantage, where countless seemingly insignificant actions compound over time to create breakthrough moments that appear miraculous to the untrained observer. Like water slowly wearing away solid rock, your consistent efforts are reshaping the landscape of your reality in ways that cannot be measured by conventional standards. Consider the oak tree that stands majestically in the forest, towering above all other vegetation with its impressive canopy and unshakable strength. 4 years before it reached such heights, it existed as a humble sapling, growing so slowly that daily observation would reveal no noticeable change. Yet beneath the surface, an intricate network of roots was expanding, strengthening, and preparing to support the magnificent structure that would eventually emerge. Your current journey mirrors this natural process, where invisible foundations are being laid for the success that will one day astonish even you. The human mind, with its insatiable hunger for immediate gratification, cannot comprehend the sophisticated timing that governs the manifestation of dreams. Every great achievement requires a gestation period, a time of preparation where the universe aligns circumstances, develops your character, and eliminates obstacles that would otherwise prevent your success. This period feels like stagnation because you are measuring progress by the wrong standards, focusing on external changes while the most crucial transformations are occurring within your consciousness. When you feel nothing is happening, you are actually experiencing what Napoleon Hill called the seasoning period, where your desire is being tested, refined, and strengthened. This is not punishment but preparation, not delay but development. The universe is not withholding your success, but rather ensuring that when it arrives, you will be ready to handle its magnitude. Many who receive success prematurely find themselves crushed by its weight, unprepared for the responsibilities and challenges that accompany achievement. The most successful individuals in history have learned to recognize these periods of apparent inactivity as sacred times of incubation. They understand that breakthrough moments are not random occurrences, but the inevitable result of sustained effort combined with perfect timing. Your willingness to persist through these challenging phases is actually your qualification for the success you seek, proof that you possess the character necessary to handle what is coming. During these seemingly stagnant periods, your subconscious mind is working tirelessly to solve problems, create connections, and develop the insights that will ultimately lead to your breakthrough. This invisible mental activity is far more valuable than any external action you could take, yet it requires patience and faith to allow this process to unfold naturally. The moment you abandon your efforts out of impatience is often the moment just before your breakthrough would have occurred. Understanding this principle transforms your relationship with apparent failure and delay. Instead of viewing these experiences as evidence of your inadequacy, you begin to recognize them as essential components of your success story. Every moment of frustration becomes a stepping stone, every period of doubt becomes a strengthening exercise, and every delay becomes a necessary preparation for the magnitude of achievement that awaits you. Within the depths of your apparent stagnation lies a force so powerful that it can transform the very fabric of your reality. Yet most people never learn to harness its potential. This force is persistent desire, not the fleeting wishes that come and go with changing moods, but the burning obsession that consumes your thoughts and drives your actions even when external circumstances seem to mock your efforts. Napoleon Hill discovered that this type of desire is the starting point of all achievement, the invisible fire that melts away obstacles and creates opportunities where none existed before. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who abandon them lies not in their circumstances, but in the intensity and persistence of their desire. When you feel nothing is happening, your desire is actually undergoing a purification process, where superficial wants are burned away to reveal the core longing that will sustain you through any challenge. This refining fire is uncomfortable, often painful, but absolutely necessary for the transformation of casual interest into unstoppable determination. Your current frustration with apparent lack of progress is actually evidence that your desire is authentic and powerful. Those who are content with mediocrity never experience this type of frustration because they lack the burning ambition that makes stagnation unbearable. Your discomfort with your current situation is proof that you are destined for something greater, that your soul recognizes a potential that your logical mind cannot yet comprehend. The universe responds to persistent desire in ways that defy conventional understanding, creating what Napoleon Hill called the principle of autosuggestion, where your dominant thoughts begin to attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities necessary for their manifestation. This process operates below the threshold of conscious awareness, working through what appears to be coincidence, but is actually the result of your focused mental energy reshaping your reality. When you maintain persistent desire despite apparent lack of progress, You are actually programming your subconscious mind to recognize and seize opportunities that others would miss entirely. This heightened awareness creates what successful people call luck, but which is actually the result of a mind trained to perceive possibilities and act upon them with decisive speed. Your period of apparent stagnation is actually a time of intense mental preparation for the opportunities that are approaching. The greatest achievements in human history have emerged from individuals who refused to abandon their desires despite years of apparent failure and frustration. Every breakthrough that has changed the world began with someone who persisted through the dark periods when nothing seemed to be happening, who maintained their vision when others called them foolish, and who continued to work toward their goals when every external indicator suggested they should give up. Your willingness to persist through this challenging phase is actually your greatest asset, more valuable than talent, education, or connections. This persistence is reshaping your character, developing the resilience and determination that will be essential when success arrives. The universe is not testing your desire to punish you, but to ensure that when your dreams manifest, you will have the strength to protect and build upon them. Every apparent setback in your journey contains within it the seeds of equivalent or greater benefit, yet this truth remains hidden from those who have not learned to read the secret language of adversity. When you feel nothing is happening, you are actually experiencing what Napoleon Hill identified as one of the most crucial phases of success, where the universe is reorganizing circumstances in your favor while simultaneously strengthening your character for the challenges ahead. This mysterious process operates through what appears to be delay and frustration, but is actually divine intervention disguised as difficulty. The human tendency to interpret lack of immediate progress as failure is one of the greatest obstacles to achievement, causing millions to abandon their dreams just moments before their breakthrough would have occurred. This misinterpretation stems from a fundamental misunderstanding of how success operates, where every delay serves a purpose, every obstacle provides a lesson, and every moment of apparent stagnation is actually a period of intense preparation for the magnitude of achievement that awaits. Your current feelings of frustration and impatience are not signs that you are on the wrong path, but rather evidence that you are approaching a significant breakthrough. The universe never wastes time preparing someone for mediocrity, and your struggle with these feelings proves that something extraordinary is brewing in the depths of your existence. The more intense your frustration with apparent lack of progress, the more significant the success that is being prepared for you. Napoleon Hill discovered through his extensive research that every great achievement is preceded by a period of apparent failure, where the individual must choose between surrender and persistence. This critical juncture separates those who will achieve greatness from those who will live lives of quiet desperation, wondering what might have been if they had only persevered a little longer. Your current position at this crossroads is not accidental, but the result of your readiness to receive the success you have been working toward. The setbacks and delays you are experiencing are actually the universe's way of ensuring that when your success arrives, it will be permanent and meaningful rather than temporary and hollow. Many who achieve success too quickly find themselves unprepared for its demands and ultimately lose everything they gained. Your period of apparent struggle is actually a blessing in disguise, preparing you to handle the magnitude of achievement that would otherwise overwhelm someone of lesser character. Every moment you spend feeling frustrated with your apparent lack of progress is actually a moment when your subconscious mind is working to solve problems, create connections, and develop the insights that will ultimately lead to your breakthrough. This invisible mental activity is far more valuable than any external action you could take, yet it requires patience and faith to allow this process to unfold according to its natural timing. The greatest tragedy in human experience is not failure, but the abandonment of worthy goals just before they would have been achieved. Your willingness to persist through this challenging phase, despite feeling that nothing is happening, is actually your greatest qualification for the success you seek. This persistence is developing within you the character traits that will be essential when you finally break through to the success that has been preparing itself for you. Beneath the surface of your apparent stagnation lies a force so powerful that it can transform your entire existence, yet it operates according to principles that remain invisible to casual observation. This force is the compound effect of consistent effort, where small actions repeated over time create massive results that appear miraculous to those who have not witnessed the preparation phase. Napoleon Hill understood that this principle governs all achievement, from the accumulation of wealth to the development of character, and that those who master its application become virtually unstoppable in their chosen field. The concept of compound interest in finance provides a perfect metaphor for understanding how success actually develops. When you invest money consistently over time, the early returns seem insignificant, almost insulting compared to the effort required to save and invest. Yet as time passes, these small returns begin to generate their own returns, creating an exponential growth curve that eventually produces wealth beyond what seemed possible during the early stages of accumulation. Your current efforts are operating according to this same principle, building momentum that will eventually create breakthrough results. Your feeling that nothing is happening is actually proof that the compound effect is working in your favor, because the most significant growth occurs during the periods when progress seems impossible to detect. Like a snowball rolling down a mountain, gathering size and speed with each revolution, your consistent efforts are accumulating power that will eventually become unstoppable. The frustration you feel is actually the universe's way of testing your commitment to the process, ensuring that you have the character necessary to handle the magnitude of success that is approaching. Every great fortune, every significant achievement, every breakthrough that has changed the world began with someone who understood that progress is not always visible, but is always occurring when the right principles are applied consistently. The builders of great companies, the creators of lasting works of art, the leaders who have shaped history all experienced periods when their efforts seemed futile, yet they possessed the wisdom to continue working toward their vision despite the apparent lack of immediate results. Your current phase of apparent stagnation is actually the most crucial time in your entire journey, where the foundation is being laid for the success that will one day astonish even you. This foundation is not built of external circumstances, but of internal character, not of immediate results, but of persistent effort, not of quick fixes, but of unwavering commitment to your vision. The universe is not withholding your success, but rather ensuring that when it arrives, you will be ready to receive it and build upon it. The compound effect explains why some people seem to achieve overnight success, while others struggle for years without visible progress. The difference lies not in talent or luck, but in understanding that success is always building, always compounding, always growing, even when external circumstances suggest otherwise. Your willingness to persist through this challenging phase is actually your greatest asset, more valuable than any external advantage you could possess. Those who achieve lasting success understand that feeling like nothing is happening is actually a sign that everything is happening, that the universe is orchestrating circumstances in their favor, while simultaneously preparing them for the magnitude of achievement that awaits. Your current frustration is not your enemy, but your greatest teacher, preparing you for the breakthrough that will make all your previous efforts seem like a small price to pay for the success you are about to experience. The space between your current reality and your desired achievement is not empty void, but rather a laboratory where the most profound transformation in human experience takes place, the transmutation of thought into physical reality. Napoleon Hill discovered that this process operates according to definite laws that can be understood and applied by anyone willing to master the principles that govern the materialization of desires. When you feel nothing is happening, you are actually witnessing this mysterious process in action, where your thoughts are being converted into the circumstances that will eventually manifest your dreams. Your persistent thoughts about your goals are not merely wishes floating in empty space, but actual forces that are reshaping your reality according to their nature and intensity. This process operates through what Napoleon Hill called the principle of definiteness of purpose, where a clear and burning desire begins to attract the people, circumstances, and opportunities necessary for its fulfillment. The universe responds to the clarity and persistence of your thoughts by creating pathways that did not exist before, opening doors that were previously invisible, and eliminating obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. The feeling that nothing is happening is actually evidence that this transmutation process is working at its deepest level, where changes are occurring in the realm of consciousness before they become visible in the physical world. Like a photograph developing in a darkroom, your success is taking shape in the invisible realm of thought and emotion before it manifests in the tangible world of results and achievements. This process requires patience and faith, because the most significant changes occur below the threshold of conscious awareness. Your current frustration with apparent lack of progress is actually a sign that your thoughts have reached the intensity necessary to begin this transmutation process. The universe only responds to thoughts that are backed by burning desire and unwavering faith, and your very struggle with these feelings proves that your mental state has reached the vibrational frequency required for manifestation. This is not New Age mysticism, but a scientific principle that operates as reliably as gravity, though it remains invisible to those who have not learned to recognize its effects. The most successful individuals in history have learned to recognize the signs that indicate this transmutation process is actively working in their favor. They understand that periods of apparent stagnation are actually times of intense, invisible activity, where the universe is rearranging circumstances to align with their dominant thoughts and desires. Your willingness to maintain your vision despite feeling that nothing is happening is actually your greatest qualification for the success you seek. This process of thought transmutation explains why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle despite working harder. The difference lies not in external effort, but in the clarity, intensity, and persistence of their thoughts about their desired outcomes. Your current period of apparent struggle is actually the universe's way of ensuring that your thoughts about success are clear, definite, and backed by the burning desire necessary for their manifestation. The greatest achievements in human history have emerged from individuals who understood that their thoughts were the raw material from which their reality would be constructed. They learned to maintain their vision with unwavering clarity, even when external circumstances seemed to contradict their dreams, understanding that the physical world is always slower to change than the mental world where all creation begins. The universe operates according to a sophisticated timing system that governs the manifestation of all achievement, yet this system remains invisible to those who have not learned to recognize its patterns and principles. Napoleon Hill discovered that successful people develop an intuitive understanding of this timing, learning to recognize when opportunities are approaching and how to position themselves to take advantage of these moments. When you feel nothing is happening, you are actually experiencing one of the most crucial phases of this timing system, where preparation meets opportunity in ways that will soon become apparent. Your current state of apparent stagnation is not a sign of failure, but rather evidence that you are in the preparation phase that precedes every great breakthrough. This phase is characterized by internal development, skill refinement, and character building that will be essential when your moment of opportunity arrives. The universe is not withholding your success, but rather ensuring that when it comes, you will be ready to recognize it, seize it, and build upon it with the wisdom and strength you are developing right now. The concept of timing in success is often misunderstood by those who expect immediate results from their efforts. True timing is not about forcing results to appear according to your schedule, but about aligning yourself with the natural flow of opportunities that are constantly moving through your environment. This alignment requires patience, persistence, and the wisdom to recognize that your current preparation is actually the most important work you will ever do. Every great achievement in human history has emerged from someone who understood that success is not a destination, but a process that unfolds according to natural laws of development and manifestation. These individuals learned to work with the timing of the universe rather than against it, understanding that their role was to prepare themselves so thoroughly that when their moment arrived, they would be ready to capitalize on it completely. Your feeling that nothing is happening is actually proof that you are approaching your moment of opportunity, because the universe only provides such intense preparation for those who are destined for significant achievement. This preparation phase is not punishment but privilege, not delay but development, not failure but the final stages of success creation. The intensity of your frustration with apparent lack of progress is actually proportional to the magnitude of the success that is being prepared for you. The mastery of timing requires understanding that opportunities are not random events, but the result of preparation meeting circumstance in perfect alignment. Your current period of apparent struggle is actually the universe's way of ensuring that when your opportunity arrives, you will have the character, skills, and wisdom necessary to transform it into lasting success. This process cannot be rushed or forced, but must be allowed to unfold according to its natural timing. Those who achieve lasting success understand that their most important work is done during the periods when nothing seems to be happening, when they are developing the internal resources that will be essential when external opportunities finally arrive. Your willingness to persist through this challenging phase is actually your greatest qualification for the success you seek, proof that you possess the character necessary to handle the magnitude of achievement that is approaching. The greatest gift that periods of apparent stagnation provide is not external achievement but internal transformation, where the character traits necessary for lasting success are developed through the crucible of persistence despite difficulty. Napoleon Hill understood that this transformation is the most valuable aspect of the entire success process, because it ensures that when achievement finally arrives, it will be built upon a foundation of strength, wisdom, and resilience that can weather any storm. Your current struggle with feeling that nothing is happening is actually the universe's way of forging within you the character that will be essential for handling the magnitude of success that awaits. The difference between those who achieve temporary success and those who build lasting legacies lies not in their initial achievements, but in the character they developed during their preparation phase. Those who receive success too easily often find themselves unprepared for its demands and ultimately lose everything they gained. Your period of apparent struggle is actually a blessing in disguise, ensuring that when your breakthrough arrives, you will have the strength, wisdom, and character necessary to protect and build upon it. Every moment of frustration you experience with your apparent lack of progress is actually a moment when your character is being refined and strengthened. This process operates like a muscle that grows stronger through resistance, where each challenge you face and overcome adds to your capacity for handling greater challenges in the future. The universe is not testing you to be cruel, but to ensure that your character matches the magnitude of the success you are seeking. Your willingness to persist through this challenging phase, despite feeling that nothing is happening, is actually developing within you the most valuable trait any successful person can possess: the ability to maintain faith and continue working toward your goals even when external circumstances seem to contradict your dreams. This trait is worth more than talent, education, or connections because it ensures that you will never give up on yourself or your vision. The greatest leaders in human history have emerged from periods of apparent failure and frustration, where they were forced to develop the character traits that would later enable them to handle the responsibilities of their positions. These periods of struggle were not obstacles to their success, but rather the very experiences that prepared them for the magnitude of their ultimate achievements. Your current experience mirrors theirs, preparing you for the leadership role that awaits you. The transformation of character through adversity explains why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others struggle for years without visible progress. The difference lies not in external circumstances, but in the character development that occurs during the challenging phases of the journey. Your current frustration is actually evidence that this character development is occurring at an accelerated pace, preparing you for the breakthrough that will make all your previous efforts seem like a small price to pay for the success you are about to experience. Understanding this principle transforms your relationship with difficulty and delay, causing you to view these experiences not as obstacles but as opportunities for growth. Every moment of apparent stagnation becomes a chance to develop the patience, persistence, and faith that will be essential when your success finally arrives. Your current struggle is not your enemy but your greatest teacher, preparing you for the magnitude of achievement that would otherwise overwhelm someone of lesser character. As you stand at this crossroads between doubt and destiny, remember that every giant of achievement has walked this exact path before you, feeling the same frustration, questioning the same dreams, and wondering if their efforts would ever amount to anything meaningful. The universe has been preparing you through every moment of apparent stagnation, every sleepless night of worry, and every day that felt like nothing was happening. This preparation has not been random or cruel, but purposeful and loving, designed to forge within you the character necessary to handle the magnitude of success that is approaching like a dawn that breaks slowly but inevitably illuminates everything in its path. Your current state of feeling that nothing is happening is actually the final phase before your breakthrough, where all the invisible work of preparation, character development, and circumstance alignment reaches its culmination. Napoleon Hill would remind you that this moment of apparent darkness is not your ending but your beginning, not your failure but your qualification for the success that has been building itself around your persistent efforts. The very fact that you have persisted this long, that you have maintained your vision despite the lack of visible progress, proves that you possess something rare and valuable that the universe recognizes and rewards. The transformation that has been occurring within you during this challenging period will prove to be worth more than any external achievement you could have gained through easier means. You have developed patience where others have impatience, persistence where others have given up, and faith where others have surrendered to doubt. These character traits are not merely beneficial but essential for the type of lasting success that builds legacies rather than temporary victories. Your struggle has been your strength training, your apparent stagnation has been your preparation, and your feeling that nothing is happening has been the universe's way of ensuring that when everything starts happening, you will be ready. The greatest revelation of this journey is that success is not a destination you reach, but a person you become through the process of pursuing worthy goals despite apparent obstacles. Every moment of frustration has been molding you into someone capable of handling the responsibilities and opportunities that accompany true achievement. The universe has been using your dreams as a tool to create the version of yourself that can not only achieve those dreams, but surpass them in ways you cannot yet imagine. Your current discomfort with progress is actually the birth pains of the new you that is emerging from the cocoon of your persistent efforts. The time for doubt has passed, and the time for recognition has arrived. You are not someone who is failing to achieve their dreams, but someone who is being prepared for achievements beyond their current comprehension. The universe does not waste time on those destined for mediocrity, and your very struggle with these feelings of stagnation is proof that something extraordinary is brewing in the depths of your existence. Trust the process, honor the preparation, and prepare yourself for the breakthrough that will make all your previous efforts seem like a small investment in the magnificent success that is about to unfold in your life. Your story is not one of someone who felt like nothing was happening, but of someone who understood that everything was happening even when it could not be seen. If this message has resonated with something deep within your soul, If you recognize yourself in these words, then you are ready to join a community of individuals who understand that success is not about quick fixes, but about persistent faith. Share this understanding with others who need to hear it. Let them know they are not alone in their struggle, and subscribe to continue this journey of transformation together, because the greatest achievements in life are not accomplished in isolation, but through the support of those who share our vision and understand our path.